Hi, it's me, Vicki Marie. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm still awake. Well, say still awake. I have slept. I know exactly what a zombie feels like. I feel like I look like a zombie. I feel like a zombie. My poor little dogs don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm here and oh my goodness, there's quite a lot of you here already. Gosh. So obviously you couldn't sleep. So hi Desi, hi Shelley, hi David, hi Shelley. Yeah, it is late our time, Shelley, but we're here. We're here. Can you hear me? Desi, Shelley, Wendy. Hi Wendy. Hi Rachel. Sadie. Hi Sadie. Hi Chumba. Hi Stuart. God. Gosh, you've been chatting quite a lot. Can you hear me? Why do I feel like nobody can hear me? Nothing's coming up as if nobody's here, but I can see that you're here because you're all chatting. Can you actually hear me? It says I'm live. I think I'm live. Anyway, what I've been trying to do is find somewhere to watch this stupid not stupid press conference, you know what I'm trying to say. Can't find anywhere to watch it. Can you hear me? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I can see you all there in the chat, but nothing's coming up in my. Anyway, right, let me try. I've got to find where we can actually. I think it will be on Sky News. Just turn the sound. Just turn the sound down a minute. Might end up watching it on somebody else's YouTube because all the sites that I've tried to get on, it says, "Oh, not available in your area," which is really annoying. So I would imagine. Let's see if they're going to take me to it on Sky News or not. I don't think they are. No, but it feels like nobody can hear me because nobody's answering. So, like, my messages are going through, but why can I not see anybody? Totally confused now. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. see me? Hello, hello. It's coming up nobody, so it's coming up as if it's just a recording. How strange. How strange. Views. High views. Okay. I have no idea why messages aren't getting through. Anyway, let me try and find where this... Oh my God, it'll be happening soon. I need to find it. Let's see. Oh God, I'm going to end up having to watch it on Grizzly True Crime or something. Grizzly True Crime. Right, I'd rather watch it on this one, I suppose.
And maybe start publicly clearing people. I know that the boyfriend that she had, we'll just call him RT. I don't even want to say his name anymore, but we know what RT stands for. He gave his DNA to authorities. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we're waiting here. We've been waiting all day. I've been waiting all day because I'm curious about this case. I'm invested in this case on finding answers, just like all of you. No one should have been subjected to this. I don't care what the motive is here. No one deserves this. No one deserves this. And as we know, in these type of cases that we've been covering, it's the victims that get affected for sure, but it actually is the whole community itself. The whole entire community is affected here. I spoke to residents around there. They're all like, they don't want to go back on that trail. They really, until someone gets held accountable, they're worried about going out on that trail. Authorities were out there, heavy police presence. They were on a couple ATVs and four-wheelers going around, waving to the people that are on the trail, assuring, hey, we're out here. We're out here to protect you guys. We're out here to protect you guys. And, you know, that's good. Now I'm hearing some solutions to this trail. For instance, the trail was very dark at night. As it gets dark, there's no gates to actually get into the trail, so anyone can walk those trails. Technically, it's closed at dusk, but it doesn't look like prior that they would enforce that, or people would just walk out there anyway. So it looks like that, you know, the county or the city itself is in the preparation of getting security cameras on those trails to make people, you know, make it safer and we can see what's going on. Maybe possibly lights, maybe some street lights going around there. Cameras on those trails. That could be some solution or help. I mean, if you know there's no cameras around, sometimes, you know, bad actors act and they know they're not being watched. But it would be, you know, trail cams. I don't know how much that would cost to invest in that. but you know, it's to save lives. And you know, it's similar to, you know, when I was covering that stuff in Austin, and a lot of you guys know I was down in Austin with the Lady Bird Lake, you know, the trails down there where all the bodies were found. It was pitch black at night, and I didn't see any cameras there. So, in kind of similar situation with Brian Laundrie, when they were looking for Brian Laundrie in the Carlton Preserve on the trails out there.
Okay, so
here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Volume. All right, we got one. Volume.
You can't hear it on here. So yeah, he's quite, I say age-wise, he looks about 30. Maybe between 25, 35. He doesn't look very young. And he doesn't look very old. I reckon his age is about 30. Yeah, and you can see there's a hand there. Yeah, somebody's closing the door. We'll play it again in a minute, and I'll freeze it again.
All right. You want to play it one more time?
So that's him coming out. Has he got tattooed? No, he hasn't. Like he's looking at someone there and saying something. Seemed to give her something, or she seemed to give him something. I'm saying she, I'm presuming it's a she. Yeah, okay. Just walked out without his shirt on.
When you're ready, I said for the
So, well, there you go. That's the news. So it was not Michael. It was not the boyfriend. It was not any of the ex-boyfriends. It was literally a total, well, as far as we know, a total stranger. Yeah, it definitely looks like he goes to the gym. I don't know. It just said an assault. All the policeman said was an assault on a young girl, did he say, or a young woman or a young girl. So, yeah, she did definitely slam the door behind him. I bet it was like, oh, God. She'd just be trying to get him out of the house, but without him actually murdering her or whatever. So, I think, yeah, mid to late 20s, round about 30, not much, possibly early 30s. He didn't look as old as 40, did he? So I'd say he's around about 30 years old, from what we could see for that. But do you think that somebody would be able to identify him from that? If that was, you know, if you saw enough of, if you saw that similar thing of someone you knew, do you think with his haircut and his, and of course, what he had on, because he had his like blue, they were like blue joggy type things on, no shirt on. He was going to put that, oh God, the brass neck of it coming out and putting it without his shirt on. Oh, good night, Saskia. Sorry to hear you're not feeling very good. Yeah. I think, you know, Rachel was very fit, and that she probably fought him, and that's why he's got angry and smashed her head in, really, basically, which is what he did. Whereas that girl, maybe she just was so terrified, she just went along with it and just, you know, that quite often happens with rapists and things, you know. Who was that famous serial killer? And that's how he got caught in the end, because the last victim her last victim that had, she just went along with everything, and she was nice to him, and he ended up Billy Joe somebody. Who is that serial killer that's called Billy Joe? Let me see. Billy Joe, I think it is, or something like that. Huh. Anyway, someone on the chat will probably know who I'm talking about. And his last victim, yeah, that's what he did. She talked him round. There he is, Bobby Joe. Yeah, Billy Joe, I'm calling him. Let me just show you him. He's a serial killer I need to do one day on Serial Killer Sunday. I put in Billy Joe and Bobby Joe Long came up. Yeah, Bobby Joe Long. Serial rapist and killer, but he didn't always kill his victims. And he said, depending on how compliant they were. Oh, he was executed. Oh, one that was actually executed by the state of Florida. Let's have a little look at him, actually. When was he executed? So he was executed in 2019. And exactly that, he was a rapist and a murderer, but he didn't murder all his victims. And he said it depended on how much fight they put up and everything. He would murder them if he had to, but if he didn't have to, he wouldn't. And he was caught finally because the last. It's a very interesting thing, actually, because that girl, he took her off a bike. She was cycling, and he took her off her bike. But that night, she was actually planning to kill herself. Which is, and that night that she was planning to kill herself, she got abducted by Bobby Joe Long, and he took her off and raped her, etc. But she survived because she was, basically nice to him, just sort of talked her way out of it with him. He released her the next day, took her home, dropped her off at the end of the road, and then she went to the police, and that's how he got caught. But it was interesting. So she then devoted her life to, helping other victims. But that particular night, she was planning to kill herself. So very interesting. Oh, Stuart's saying he could still be in the woods. Well, he could be, but he'd be mad if he was, really, wouldn't he? He's not going to still be there. Well, and he certainly now, once he's seen that video, he won't be there. It's, what's the word? Exactly. I think what Rachel will have done, she'll have fought for her life, or fought him tooth and nail, and then that's when he's we don't know yet exactly what he did to her, but now we can presume that what Michael was saying about his stepdaughter Cecilia, saying that she found someone with their sort of, that unfortunately Rachel, face had been practically obliterated, then we can presume that that's true now, can't we? That this guy, probably what happened, she resisted, he's got either had a weapon with him or picked up a rock or whatever, and then he's sort of rendered her unconscious, and then he's dragged her. Is that Michael said that he thought that it was dragged? Funny that he did say he didn't. Do you think he might know him? No, I've got to leave Michael out of it. I know we have no proof that it's anything to do with Michael, but it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? There was something about Michael. Don't know what, but there was definitely something. Yeah. Gosh, you'd like to. Well, I wouldn't like to be there, obviously, because you won't feel safe if you were there. But in a way, you would, because I'd like to see those encampments. I wonder if that YouTube guy, if he'll go and because he'd said he didn't know about the encampments, didn't he? And maybe he'll go and try and film them now. Now that he knows more about the case and everything. He must be not that far away, because he went to interview Michael. Maybe he'll go and give us an idea. Yes, Michael does look like he's probably got a gun, doesn't he? But so the police department, Shelley's saying the police department have been checking the trails on four-wheelers. And Sadie says BSAD, but I don't know. You know, I'm crap with initials, so I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, I do. I think I do. It's just clicked. It's just clicked. I'm terrible with initials. Yeah. Oh, so the battery's going on my phone. Just let me charge in the plug in the charger. Oh gosh, we'll be getting a second wind soon. I won't be able to get to sleep now. What happened? Let's see if I can find any other news coming through. Might have to wait till tomorrow now. It won't come through. It wasn't even on Sky News, which is, yeah, I don't know what's happened to Sky News. I used to like Sky News. It used to be good, but it's bloody rubbish now, really. But didn't even come up. I mean, it is, you know, it is a case that everyone was following, or maybe they weren't following it on Sky News. I don't know. All right, just before I go, I'm going to try once more. I want to find the name, find out about this other lady who's missing. Here we go. Here we go. Right, so I'll share this with you. Gosh, so this is another teacher. I think, wasn't she a teacher as well? What is it about teachers? Marianne, that's it, Lady Dog Lover. I found it. Marianne Silla. Sorry, I wanted to say Silla because that's how you pronounce it in Spanish. So teacher Mariam Silla, 59, went missing 10 days ago while out for a walk along a Maryland trail. So it was still in Maryland, 55 miles from where Rachel Morin vanished and was found murdered. So Mariam Toure Silla went missing on July the 29th, about 8 p.m. while walking near a Shrom Hills Park path in Maryland, about 15 miles northeast of DC. So it was a week before Rachel disappeared. And they haven't found her. They haven't found her body. So Sylvia's friends said that the disappearance is bizarre and out of the ordinary. And here she is. I mean, obviously they're completely different, but the thing is, you know, sometimes these sort of perpetrators, they don't have a type. It's just an opportunity, like the one in the one that is DNA. So that girl, I think it seems to me that girl just went along with him to just stay alive. She's obviously gone then and had some sort of a rape kit or swabs taken, and that's where they found the DNA, and they found the same DNA on Rachel. But at the moment, it says officials have not categorized this case as anything other than a missing persons case at this time, but they've said they're not ready to rule anything out as they continue the search. So this lady has completely disappeared. Now, of course, it's, you know, there's plenty of places to hide people in these woodland areas. I mean, maybe, you know, sometimes people go off to these woodland areas to delete themselves as well. So that's a possibility. I don't think it seems very likely that she's just disappeared voluntarily, from what her friends say, and that, you know, that she's the sort of person that would just disappear. That doesn't seem very likely. Oh, let's have a look at this video.
There's a missing persons case we're bringing extra attention to. Police still don't know where a beloved Maryland school teacher is. Nearly 10 days after she disappeared, she's believed to have last been seen on a walk and hasn't been seen or heard from since. Kelsey Kernstein is on this for us. Kelsey, friends of this teacher, they say this is just bizarre.
Adrienne, really good morning. This is really just such a heartbreaking story. Friends say that Sela is a vibrant and visible part of her neighborhood and community. She is well loved, from her volunteering to her more than a decade of teaching at a French immersion school. Students, parents, friends, and other members of the Maryland community came together over the weekend for a vigil. Their hope is to find and bring home the missing teacher, originally from the Ivory Coast. Police say the 59-year-old was last seen near her home in Greenbelt, Maryland, about 15 miles northeast of Washington, D.C., on July 29th around 8 p.m.
It looks very similar, doesn't it? You know, the area.
Investigators say that Sela typically went for a daily 30 to 45-minute walk at a nearby park before sunset. They believe she vanished at some point
Oh my God, just before sunset, the same as Rachel.
during that walk. As of now, investigators have offered no theories as to what or who may be behind Sela's disappearance. Now, Greenbelt police tell us that this investigation has been challenging, but they are thrilled by the massive outpouring of support and love from the community. They have also been reaching out to surrounding police departments for any leads. Adrienne?
So there you go. So is she another possible victim? Dear me. Do you know, exactly. Same modus operandi. It looked very similar, that place, didn't it, to where Rachel went missing from. Very similar. So we'll keep an eye on that, and if I hear of any developments on that, I'll let you know. Gosh, seems strange that because that's been quite a couple of weeks now for them not to have found her. I mean, I don't know how big that park is, but yeah. Well, we don't know. That'd be interesting. See what happens. And so basically the result of tonight's police conference is it's good news that there is a DNA match. Of course it's good news, but it's bad news that this is why I'm surprised they didn't close off that trail, you know, because if this guy is just completely, could be anywhere, couldn't he? You know, anywhere in America. I mean, I doubt if he's gone anywhere further than America, but you never know. If he said he was Hispanic, I mean, we don't know if he's Hispanic. Has he got links to Mexico, or, you know, he could have gone over the border. It's very scary to think he's just out and about, but that's a good enough. If they caught the guy, if somebody who knew that guy could look at that video and recognize him, you know, if you think about people that you know, men you know, if you saw them like that, I think you would recognize him. It's a shame he didn't have any tattoos. That in itself is, I think nowadays it probably shows up more when they haven't got a tattoo than when they have got a tattoo. But at least if they've got a tattoo, it's a distinguishing mark. But he didn't have any tattoos, and that's unusual for young people these days. Even older people, but especially younger people, they've normally got something, especially on the shoulder there, or, you know, somewhere. So that's quite unusual that he didn't have a tattoo. And that makes me think, are you allowed to have tattoos in the forces in America? Just makes me wonder if he's been in the forces. Maybe he is in the forces. Maybe that's why he goes from, you know, distance to distance like that. Maybe he gets stationed in different places. So that's something to think about. It did look like an army haircut, didn't it, Wendy? It did look like an army haircut. Yeah. They did what in the beginning? Sorry, I missed that, Shelley. They did in the beginning. Yeah, Gabby Petito. You know, I did do a video on Gabby Petito, but it was a long time ago when I was just starting off the channel. And then with one, there was a few things happened and I never sort of kept up the channel. I only really restarted the channel earlier this year. But I had already done a couple of videos on Gabby Petito, which I might sort of have a look at them, maybe edit them and re-release them, because, you know, that again was... The thing is, nowadays, I think we get so invested because of the social media. You know, people complain about social media, but a lot of people get caught through social media. You know, a lot of perpetrators get caught. Also, I think we get invested more now with cases. Of course we do, because we see all their social media. And Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, they were on Instagram or whatever every day, weren't they, with videos. And Gabby's body would never have been found if it wasn't for social media, because it was only because of that family. There was a family, wasn't there? They were also doing the van lifer thing, going along, saw a white van with Florida plates, and they were from Florida, so they sort of, that's why they noticed it, because it had Florida plates and they're from Florida. But they didn't see anybody, did they? Or you see the door closed. Very spooky that as they're driving up to the van, you see the back door close. And it makes you wonder, was Gabby even still alive then, or was she dead in the back of that van? Because just when the police then found out about that, when this family went home and checked their dash cam and everything, they found that video of the van. The police went back to that area. It was in this massive national park, and started searching around about the area and found Gabby's body. They would never have found her body otherwise. It's like searching a needle in a haystack. Worse, because it's a massive national park. And if that those van lifers or those people hadn't been driving down there, seen that white van, recorded it on their dash cam, Gabby Petito's body would never have been brought home to her parents, to her family. So, you know, this is how social media has changed. You know, these are the positive side of social media. And what it's done, because we people's Instagram accounts, same with Rachel, you know, you get to see all these pictures, and they're all lovely pictures, aren't they, of these people, because, you know, you only put your lovely pictures on Instagram. So people get, same with Nicola Bulley, people get invested. They feel like they know her because they're seeing all these photos of her. It's not just like a little dusty photo of, you know, like it would have been once, you know, some sort of grainy black and white photo. We feel these people sort of spring out at us into our lives and make us feel more connected to them because of social media. Wow, I just wonder where he is now. I wonder where he is. I don't know what's Chumba talking about. Yeah. Oh, Brian Laundrie's, the dirty laundries. I mean, Brian Laundrie's parents. I mean, just thinking what you do, you know, we all love our sons, and none of us would want anything bad to happen to them. You know, you don't want your son to go to prison, but at the end of the day, that girl, Gabby, had lived with the parents as well, and they'd all lived together in that house. You know, they were close. And that was Gabby's van that they went away in. And Brian came back alone in the van. And what I just can't get over is, what's the first thing you're going to say? Where's Gabby? You know, what did he say? That's what I'd like to know. What did he say? Where did he say she was? What was his reasons that he was saying that he'd come back in the van on his own? And sometimes I wonder if they, you know, if when he went off to delete himself, you know, do you think the parents knew he was going to do that? Do you think it was something they thought, well, it's better he does that because otherwise he's just going to serve the rest of his life in prison? You know, there's so much more that they know, I think, the parents. And I know you want to protect your children, of course you do, but they were so disrespectful to the Petitos. So because then they just stopped answering their messages, didn't they? Stopped answering their calls, just left them wondering what had happened to Gabby. And something came out actually about the sister, but maybe I need to do another video on that. So many videos to do in so little time. Who are you talking about there, Chumba? Oh, Chumba, didn't know that your brother was murdered when you were a child. Goodness me. What happened to him? Let me see. He just turned 18 years old and he got promoted in the Merchant Navy. The guy admitted restraining him, put him overboard, but he walked free. Gosh. So, Chumba, why did he walk free? How did he walk free? Yeah, that sounds like a story. That sounds like a case, doesn't it? That should be discussed and brought to light. So you went through Parliament, but why did he not get any punishment, Chumba? Anyway, yeah, that must have been awful. You send me an email, Chumba, and let me know the story. Well, if you want me to tell the about your brother, but maybe you don't, or just to, you know, if you just want to get it off your chest. He was jealous of the promotion. Gosh. Hear me. Well, there you go. It just goes to show you in life. See, so many things go on. Truth is definitely stranger than fiction. I think once you start looking at sort of cases, you can never go back to sort of like, you know, like films and things like that again, because true life is, that's why people like true crime, because it is true. And, you know, sometimes talk about truth is stranger than fiction. You won't believe, you know, the things that happen. You just can never, yeah, you can never be surprised at anything, can you? Yeah. But, too scared to speak. The thing is, though, Stuart, always remember there are a lot of bad people out there, but really most people are good. Most people are good. And you'll always get that percentage of people that aren't nice, aren't good. But, you know, we have to believe in the basic goodness of humanity, don't we? So that's what we need to believe in. I think that's why we're sort of fascinated by true crime, is we just can't believe that these people do these kind of things. It's almost like we want to understand it. We want to understand why they do it, and it just doesn't. It's like this. It's sort of like a morbid fascination with something, isn't it? Even though it's, you know, a lot of people, you know, are interested in true crime, and it doesn't make them a ghoul, or it just so much. For me, it's like I want to know how these people think, what goes through their head to do something like that. Yeah. Oh, it's so funny because I'm watching myself on here, and then when I look down at the phone to see your comments, I see myself doing actions. There's like a little couple of seconds delay. Oh, well, you know, please don't have nightmares. Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully he'll have had his karma, Chumba. Hopefully the guy will have had his karma. Anyway. Right, I am going now because I am tired and hot as well. It's starting to get hot. I haven't got the aircon on. I'm starting to flag now. I can feel it. But thank you for being with me. I mean, there'll be more on this case. I'll be looking at it again in the morning or tomorrow through and over the weekend. And let's hope the other lady, Marianne, I mean, if she's been missing for quite a long time now, it doesn't sound very positive, does it? Maybe she'll turn up safe and well. You never know. She may have just taken herself off somewhere, and you know, maybe she just needed. Let's just hope that she did just need some time to herself. But I think it'd be very hard for someone like her, a teacher, a responsible person, seeing all these people worried about her and where she is, for her not to come forward. But anyway, we can always hope. Oh. The guy that wouldn't have been in jail. Yeah. So thank you for being there with me. Gosh, that's the first time I've done a late night live. I'm not a, as you know, I'm not a late night person, but I've realised that I can go to bed, have a couple of hours, and maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should go to bed at 8 o'clock and get up at 12, because it's, you know, because of the time difference. It's always later here than it is in the UK, and then of course in America or Canada or whatever, it's the afternoon, so they're okay at night time. When it's night time for us, if you like, in Europe, it's just me. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, Desi's say, sorry, Wendy's saying good night, sweet dreams. Yeah, we need to. I tried starting to put something cheerful on at the end of videos, didn't I? And then I got struck for copyright about 30 times, so I stopped doing that, because, you know, all these little comedy skits and things, they flag you up for copyright just like that. So what, you know, you need to put on a nice video now, a nice YouTube, a sleep cove. That's my go-to YouTube channel when I can't sleep. I put on Sleep Cove. I listen to Christopher's voice, and I always just drift off to sleep. And he's normally telling a nice story, you know. And that's what you need to listen to now if you're worried about everything. Yes, much love to all of you. Well, I don't have any early classes tomorrow, but I will probably still wake up early. I just always wake up early. That's just me. My dogs are flat out asleep. Oh, at least the dogs don't bark at night either. So they think, what the hell's going on? Anyway, so thank you. Remember to always live and love very carefully. Don't not go walking in nice woods and things like that, but maybe just, you know, make sure you go with somebody else. Make sure you take a whistle, an alarm. Oh God, I've walked with sort of scissors in my hand and all sorts. I'll give you a tip. Sorry. Oh no, God, I'm going to end up waffling on again, aren't I? Have any of you seen Dirty John? That's a true story. I'll do that on another day. Okay, so yeah, don't not go through woodland parks and things, but just make sure you take care. Go with someone else. Take a rape alarm or take something, a stick, whatever. Okay, and a big dog. Okay, so remember to always live and love carefully, wisely. Look after you because you are the most important thing. And I'll see you really soon in the next video. Until I see you again, may your God go with you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.